So I've just put this back under the machine. I've given the yoke a good press to make sure everything's sitting nice and flat on the outside and inside. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to top stitch the yoke, and it'll be this row of top stitching that will help, or that will hold the end of your facing in place. So we'll start right at the stitch line, at the neck, do a back tack.
So you're going with the edge of the foot against the
Yeah, exactly.
seam
So the edge of
or
this
the
foot
fold.
here runs along the edge here.
And the way Mark put that pin in means that you can run over it. That's what I was saying about how important it is to have the pin.
Yes. So just be careful. I mean, I suppose you could pin it from this side, so you could
Yeah.
take the pin out as you got to that point. But
If you run into a pin and it's in the same direction as the stitch line, you'll break the needle.
Yeah. So I've gone along that edge. Now I'm just going to go, because we've got the two layers here and we have to sew the sleeve in at some stage, I'm just going to continue that row of stitching around the top of the sleeve, the armhole section of the yoke. And I've just lifted that up because it didn't, the foot didn't line up exactly with the edge there. So this is going to get a little bit of a drag on it as you go along here. So with the top layer, you can sort of push that up with your hand. And you've got a 1 centimetre seam allowance here, so as long as this row of stitching here is within the seam allowance, you're fine. And again, I've got my pin here that's holding the facing in place, so it's going to be aware of that. Pull that out before I get to it this time. Okay, and you can see here on the inside, this is the actual seam here, but because we've done a 5mm wide top stitch or foot width, it's caught the edge there. So if that edge there is pulled up, like if you pulled it around this way or it's gone down that way, you're going to have to unpick it and make sure that it runs in line there, because if this is pulled up here, it means that it's going to throw all of your neck out. So just make sure it sits nice and flat, so that when this is flat on the body, that these all sit nice and flat together. And there's our yoke and our collar finished.